Okay, this week we have some homework that we can do with the kids. It's just fun, and also I recommend you only do it maybe one a day or as long as you're having fun. If they're looking tired, don't push it. We want phonics to be fun, okay? So this is the bingo. So what I want you to do is I want you to find the word, and this week we're only doing C-A-T and B-A-T, cat and bat. Don't look at the other ones, it's too much. So I want you to point to the cat and say, cat, find all the cats. So they find the cat and they can put the sticker or they can circle the cat, okay? Only find all the cats and all the bats. And every time they find it, I want them to touch it and say cat. And if they can't find it, you can find it for them and say, oh, what does this say? And they say cat. So that makes them more familiar with the letters. Okay, so cat and bat. That's what we're gonna go over this week. Okay, number 2. You have this page in their work bag. And these are a lot of letters. And now the point of this game is to get familiarity with the words. So they're only learning A, B, C, D, T, and N this week, but they are going to become familiar with the letters through this game. So you can say, this says at. Where's the at? Then give them the word at, and they're gonna match it and put it, they're just gonna glue it on top, or they can just put it on top. Okay, at. And what does this word say? At. So you tell them and sound it out with them, and then they repeat after you. Okay, so bat, they should know because we're learning bat and cat. But then S-A-T, we haven't learned S yet, but you can say, oh, this is S, sat. Can you find sat, S-A-T? And they find the matching one. You give it to them and they say, oh, is this sat? No, oh, there's sat. They can glue it together. This is just to become familiar with the letters, and as you're reading it to them, they can become more familiar with the sound. So they fill out, they just glue it on here, and with a glue stick or something. That is in the next page. Okay, now here we have rat, hat, cat, and bat. It's your choice. I want them to do cat and bat. They don't have to do these two. If they want to, they can, but I've already cut all the letters in this little thing, and so they can just put the letters in order. You can say k, what letter says k? They glue it here. What letter says They glue it here. T, what letter says t? They glue it here. So I recommend 2. They might get overtired if you do more than that. So if you say, what letter says b, find the b, and then they glue it here. What letter says ah? This is how you do it together with them, and they're gonna enjoy doing it with you. And if they bring it back, you know, they get a check on their bag for every page they do. Again, it's optional. And then for this, you just read it to them and point to the letters, okay? So for the first page, you say, repeat after me, cat, bat, fat. So just read this, and they repeat each word. And then for the story, I want you to just touch the words as you read them. I see a cat. Pat the cat. And if you want to make it more interesting, you can tell them, oh, did you see that cat the other day? Or just say a little question about a cat, or, oh, I'm so afraid of rats. You know, or if a rat ever eats my cheese, I'm gonna catch him. You know, that makes it a little bit more interesting for them because it's a very simple book. Oh, did you know I saw a bat hanging in a cave before? You know, that's just a way to make simple books more interesting. So we read it while we point to the letters, to the words, and that gives them familiarity with it. And then at the end, I want them to read 3 words. At, bat, cat. So you say at. What does that say? And then if they can say it, check it. Just these 3 words this week, okay? And then the last thing is a little puzzle. I want to make it as easy as possible. I already cut out bat and cat. This is optional, they don't have to do it, but they can just glue, it's a puzzle, put B-A-T together, bat, and then that's the word. Okay, these are the optional homeworks that will help your children review what we did today. I'm so glad that I'm able to teach your kids. So happy. Okay, see you Wednesday.